I learned basically on the fly and the hard way and having to call 911 a lot. 911 was our best friend. 6 months before I got married, my ex-wife went into septic shock. She had a kidney stone that got lodged, and it was July 2009. What this ended up doing was basically during a time period at the hospital when a lot of the doctors were on vacation, they basically shocked the body, pumped her with fluid. She gained like 40 pounds, and the end result was high blood pressure, kidney failure. In 2010, the first call came, and we went out there and thought it was like, oh wow, this is great. It's over. The wait's over. When they procured the organs from the donor, too fatty, not a good match, basically. So it was a no-go. So big disappointment. So what happened was we said to ourselves, oh, this happened so quick. We got to where we need to be. This is going to be over soon. So we rented a place in Minneapolis for 3 months, set up camp there, left our lives in Connecticut. We went through dialysis there, tried to just wait and wait and wait, thinking every day something was going to happen. And it never happened. And we probably had 10, 15 calls that were no-goes. And we've made the trip out there like numerous times. Basically, he gave us like a checklist of what she needed to do. And it was the first time like we've ever had that, because we were here for about a month, and it was, her doctors in Connecticut became stale. It became like just the same old routine of just, keeping the engine going. We started targeting flights that were available, and because we were just thinking about different seasons, different locations, and how we would get there. You really had to think outside the box as far as airlines, their hubs, and the cities that you're going to. No one stepped up to pay for any transportation. No one stepped up to pay for a hotel room. So don't max out your credit cards on Amazon. You have to have availability to do that, and not everybody does. I was working from home, so I made arrangements to work from home after a certain point, because it just got so exhausting, because I was living with like a duffel bag under my desk at the office. And the problem is when there's like turnover in middle management over time, and even though the boss knows your story, people in the middle don't understand it, and they get told having to explain it to everybody, and not having to sound like where you get frustrated and tired of telling people you don't want to look like a victim. And then the CMV, I think, developed. I think we found that out later in the blood tests. I don't think that was determined right away. And then it was about a year later, she had to go back into the hospital, and they had to adjust meds and fluids. And, there was just like fatigue set in prior. So that's when I think they identified it. So it was like a setback, because you think you've turned the corner. I probably didn't think about it until now, but the CMV period might have had some impact on just like the stress levels as far as getting another job and caretaking. You're a professional messenger, clerk, faxer, email, communicator, while you have a caretaking situation as well. So you're really responsible to make the proper documents and information and files travel, have them up to date. Even though the center will let you know maybe probably something expires, but like to have I guess a transplant app or something with the different centers and even like to link travel booking to it would be fascinating. I think the most important thing, like basically from what I do from work now, would be helping people create a plan and a roadmap. Like having somebody who sees what somebody's certain case situation, and if somebody was to tell me what they are, brief overview what they're going through, I bet you I could draw a you know 10 line checklist of what needs to be done and say follow this, you'll get transplanted.